Hey guys, welcome back to a whole new video. Welcome if you're new. My name is Michelle. Welcome to my channel. And for my returning subscribers, my regulars, my day ones, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for being here. And guys, this is my Q&A, okay? I know my Q&A was supposed to be a get ready with me, but my Q&A is just a reggy schmeggy Q&A. Why? I have been trying to do this video. I have attempted to do this video like 100 freaking times. I decided that I'm just gonna do a sit down and just answer the questions that my subscribers would have asked me, simply because it makes sense to me to do it that way. And also I hope to get through the questions that way in a short space of time as well. So first, I'm going to start off with the first question that I'm going to start off from top to bottom. It wasn't a lot of questions, so we should not be here for longer than 25 minutes. I will try not to talk too much. But it's not a lot of questions, so hopefully I can get through the questions fairly quickly. And you guys can let me know in the comments if y'all like these types of videos where I just sit down and answer y'all questions and give y'all my opinion on things. And so the first question that I got was, I have two questions. I have two. Why are adult friendships so hard to maintain? I think adult friendships are hard to maintain for a plethora of reasons. I feel like people, one, when it comes to expectations, people expect a lot sometimes from their friends when their friends can't give it to them. A lot of times I feel like people are also entitled. So as a friend, you feel very entitled to your friend's time, or you feel entitled to your friend's support, or whatever the case may be. Now, don't get me wrong, friends should support each other. But in certain instances, and there's a level of entitlement that sometimes friends have, which is just like, what's going on? And I think one of the biggest things that really affects adult friendship is that understanding and communication. I think just like any relationship, you have to be understanding with your friend. You have to communicate with your friend as well. Maintaining adult friendships is hard because you are out here trying to survive. The world is hard and you are out here trying to survive day to day, and sometimes your friends don't understand that. Remember, when we become adults, we no longer are kids. We're no longer teenage girls or boys or you can see your friends every day, or you're interacting with your friends often. Sometimes months go by and you're unable to speak to your friend, you know what I mean? And so I think it's just the fact that life sometimes happens. Life does be lifing, stirring up the pot, and that affects you maintaining your friend. And if you have a friend that is very high maintenance, then whoa, that and all is another thing. Like, I can't be friends with people that are high maintenance like that. If you're a high maintenance friend, the relationship will never work, because I cannot entertain you as much as you want. Also, sometimes I don't want to as well, and I need people around me that understand that, hey, I need time. Sometimes I would call my friend and I'm like, oh, I'm calling my friend every day. She's probably getting annoyed. Let me back off and give her some time to just like to herself. Although she's like, it's okay. Sometimes it's like, yeah, I know it's okay, but sometimes you just want to give the person time to breathe and not be that clingy. And so I think that is why it's sometimes so hard to maintain friendships in your adult life, because you have your own things going on in life. Your friend have their own things going on in life, and if you don't have a level of understanding, respect, and communication, that really breaks things down. Me saying all of that, your friends are also supposed to have time for you. And so, you're supposed to also make time to communicate with your friends if you want to maintain the adult friendship. Sometimes when you don't do that, it interferes with the adult friendship. But maintaining that adult friendship also cannot be done on a, oh, I'm supposed to text you every single day, or I'm supposed to call you every single week. Love is found on a two-way street. It's not found on a one-way street. And the same way that we do for and we pour into our relationships with the man and them out there, that's a hot mess, is the same way that we need to pour into our friendships as well. And it is going to take a lot of work. The same way people also change. So sometimes maintaining that friendship with someone when at 18 they were single, living their best life, but now married with kids, it can be very hard to juggle. It can be very hard to maintain. So I think all of the factors of life is why it's so hard to maintain friendships. Like so hard, especially in your adult life. It's even hard to make friends. It's even hard to make friends in your adult life. Like, it's so hard. The next question that she asked me, what are some of the tactics you use not to get caught up at work gossiping? What do you suggest? I don't really use any tactics. I just don't gossip with the people that I don't trust. And I don't trust a lot of people. And I also feel like I'm the type of colleague that if I can say something behind your back, trust and believe me, I can also say it to your face. So I just try my best not to get myself involved with other people's issues. I feel like sometimes, well, most times where I've worked, people would have grievances with other people, and so they will try to get you caught up in that. And majority of the times, I'm gonna be honest, the way that someone says, oh, this person treat me this way, the way that they treat me is nothing like what the person is telling me that they got treated. So I've realized that people treat people differently, and so I try my best not to say anything bad about someone that I don't know anything about. And my tactic would be, do not line with the group that gossips. Line with the group that survive. Line with the group of, interact with the group of people who are not here for the gossiping. And if you can't get out of that situation, then I would definitely say just don't say anything when they are gossiping, or be the adult and be like, guys, what y'all doing is wrong. I'm out of here. I don't want to be gossiping about this lady or man. If y'all have an issue with the person, tell them. That's what you need to do. That's the right thing to do in any situation. Like, if you are around people who are gossiping about somebody, and don't get me wrong, I feel like people need to gossip. Like, we all gossip, but I feel like sometimes people maliciously gossip. And in the workplace, it can be very malicious because sometimes it is pegged to the person's advancement, it's pegged to their career, it's pegged to the person's job just being on the line. So for me, I would definitely just say, if you can, don't hang around the gossipers. Try to remove yourself from it. Go to lunch in your car, take a nap, you know, like, don't hang around the people that are gossiping anybody. And if you're the gossiper, then obviously you need to stop, or try your best to stop. And if you can't get out of the situation, then definitely I would tell you, while they're gossiping about the person, just be like, guys, I don't want to be a part of this. I feel like if y'all can say this, y'all need to tell the person to their face how you feel about the person, and keep it moving. That is what I suggest. Be upfront, be real, be straight up, because you obviously don't like it. So try your best not to be a part of it. Go hang out with the guys. But then again, guys will gossip a lot too. Work politics. Don't ever get involved in work politics. Work politics will lead you down a really bad hole. If you don't like something about your manager, tell your manager. At least your manager know you're not fake. You respectfully told them you felt disrespected or slighted in a particular way, and they know how you feel about them, rather than sitting on and gossiping with them with other people. It never pans out. And I also feel like it never pans out well for the person who's quiet, because it's like, if you're quiet, you're also consenting to it. You know what I mean? So you might as well just nip it in the bud. So the next question that I got was, what's your take on trends and personal style? I love wearing prints and colors, but most seem to think white beige look more expensive. So my take on trends is that I don't think I'm a trendy person. I don't think that I follow a lot of trends. I feel like if I buy something, I need to be able to wear it for every season. I also need to be able to wear it multiple times, because it's just a waste of money if I'm wearing it one time. And so that is where I am with trends. I do follow trends somewhat though, because I do love that capsule closet type of vibe. I am someone that love to have a capsule closet. It just works for me. But I will say that my capsule closet works and it ties into my personal style. I think what you need to do is to focus on how you want to present yourself to the world and find your personal style. And so some tips that I'm gonna give you in reference to your personal style is look at what your preferences are. So currently your preferences are colors and prints, and because you know your preferences are colors and prints, you want to consider the outfits that make you most comfortable and confident in those colors and prints. One thing I would definitely recommend is find the colors and the prints that you love the most, but also the colors and the prints that look best on your body and your body type. Because when you're looking for your personal style, you really want it to speak to you, and you really want it to represent you as well. My next tip would be to seek inspiration. So you really love colors and prints. I would definitely recommend that you try your best to follow content creators or fashion creators that are into colors and prints, and see how they wear it, see how they mix and match their colors and prints. And I also wanted to recommend that you look at your complexion as well. I feel like the tone of your color, of your complexion, will definitely determine what colors and prints you should wear, or what colors and prints would look nicer on you as well. And the final tip, I don't want to go into personal styling that much, and the final tip that I would recommend is to make sure you are experimenting. Experimenting is very important. I know that you say you love colors and prints, but maybe you do look really nice in whites and beiges, you know what I mean? So when it comes to your personal style, you really want to make sure that you are experimenting to find out what is your personal style. And if you want to incorporate colors and prints in there, then go ahead and do that. Now, looking expensive in white and beige, I think that is just a trend. I think it's a trend that is probably gonna be here to stay, but I feel like that is just a trend. It's not something that you need to subscribe to be honest. What is really looking expensive? Like honestly, like what is really looking expensive? Like I feel like everybody have their own style, and I think one of the things that make you look most expensive is the confidence that you wear in your clothes. And don't subscribe to the whites and beiges and they look most expensive. Now don't get me wrong, I think they're the easiest way to kind of present yourself in a classy way. If you are looking to go that route, it's easy. It's just to buy a white t-shirt or white button down, but it's not the way that you need to choose to do it, because it is not you. And why would you be wearing something that's not you? Like, you need to be yourself. So I don't think you should subscribe to it to look expensive. So the next question that I got it's a two-part question. They asked, do you think, hi Nads, she said, do you think it's hard to cultivate genuine friendships in the creator space? I think yes and no. I think it can be hard to cultivate genuine friendships because people are not very trustworthy. People are not going to trust the people who want to befriend them because they're content creator. Sometimes people are delusional enough to think that, oh, I'm a content creator, so they want to be my friend, when sometimes people just genuinely like your personality and they want to be a friend, yes, but they genuinely like your personality. So I think it can be hard because of that, but I also feel like I also see the flip side of it. So I think it can be hard because, again, there's this, you know, people are also a little bit competitive, and people always feel like, oh, why would this person want to be my friend? Like, do they want something from me? Like, I think people always think that people want things from them. And that is where it will not be as genuine. And don't get me wrong, it could be facts. Like, sometimes people do want something from you when they reach out to you. But it could also be that they just like your vibe, because obviously your personality is being shown on the internet. And so yeah, I think it can be very difficult cultivating genuine friendships in this particular space. Next question was, do you think other creators are more likely to be friends with you based on the number of followers you have, or the type or quality of the content that you put out? Do you think other creators are more likely to be friends with you based on your following, basically, and your quality? I do believe there are shallow people out there that will be friends with you because of your following. I also believe about the quality and type of content that you put out as well. I think there are shallow people that would want to just only be friends with you because of those things, because they look at it as, and you know what, I don't even want to say that they're shallow. I think generally people like people who are successful. People want to be around people that they think can help them, and people want to be around people that they think, you know, is going somewhere, or they see a potential in that person. And there is nothing wrong with that in some instances, but I think I know what you mean, and I think I know where you're coming from in reference to the fact that, you know, people may only want to be a friend because you have a 500 a high number of following, and of course your quality. But in the same breath, I can understand someone wanting to be my friend because they think that I have good content and they want me to give them some tips and we grow as friends. So yeah, I think that sometimes in certain instances, creators are more likely to be friends with you based on the following that you have. It needs to match their, you know, and it also may be with aesthetic too. Like they may want to be friends with you because they think you have a particular aesthetic and like all of that. So I think it's just humans in general. I don't even want to say it's creators. I feel like people gravitate to people that they think, like you will gravitate to a guy that you think is handsome, you know what I mean? So yeah, I do believe that there are people out there that are like that, but I also know and also believe that there are people out there that just really like your personality and they would want to be your friend because they're like, oh, this person is a vibe, I would love to hang out with her, I would love to get to know her some more. And it has nothing to do with your following or even the type or quality of content that you're putting out there. So I think it's it could be both. Yeah, I think it could be both. I feel like people are people. But you know something, I never thought about this, you know, like I've never thought about it. I feel like I have friends from that you know, content creator friends, and I never really thought about if they follow me because I have anyways, I don't really have a huge following. But I felt like when they reached out to me, I could feel their genuine self. Like they reached out to me all on, hey, can you tell me how you did this? Can you tell me how you did that? And then we created, or we are in, you know, still creating our friendship or being intentional with being friends because we just really like each other. So yeah, the next question that I got is, I'm sure you've addressed this before, but I can't remember what you do for a living. I've never addressed it and I will not address it. I don't think it's needed. I'm a corporate girly. I feel like that's all that needs to be said. If people find out what I do because they come across my channel in my professional environment, then okay. But I don't think it's something that I need to put out there on my YouTube. My YouTube is a portion of my life and I don't want it to get into a corporate side of my life as well. YouTube is actually my getaway to do all things girly, all things skincare, all things me, and I don't think my followers or my subscribers care what I do. I think they mainly care like, is she gonna post a vlog or not? Like and also you really wanna, when you're on the internet, you also want to keep things to yourself. You can't share every single thing. And so yeah, I've never addressed it. People have asked though, like a lot of people always ask me, what do you do? The moment I moved, everybody's like, what do you do? What do you do? What do you do? And I'm like, work. All right, so the final question, which I think is gonna be the out question, because you know, that's all of the questions that I got, is, girl, where do you get so much courage from? You've moved away from family and are doing your thing. how. Genuine question, since it's not the easiest thing to move away from your home and safety net. So I think I get the courage from the fact that I really wanted to get a different, live somewhere different in my adult life. I've always wanted to do that, and so I think that that's where the courage came from. I know I am doing my thing, and thank you so much, honey, but being away from family and friends is not easy. What you said isn't easy. Your home, your safety net, all of the things that you're accustomed to, all of the things that you know isn't easy at all. It's very, very, very hard. And one of the things I think that encouraged me a lot with me moving or having moved like twice is the fact that I found a lot of growth when I moved. Yeah, but it's not easy living away from home. But one of the things that I will say, moving twice, moving to a new place really allows you to grow up. I would definitely say when I went to Trinidad, I grew up. Okay, I was grown before, but I felt very grown. Like I felt it was on a different level, and I think that that is what I really loved about moving, and that's what I love about being on my own, is just being away from home, being away from that safety net. Now don't get me wrong, the safety net is amazing, because sometimes I'm like, I want to go back to my safety net. But when you are growing as an adult, or you're growing as a young woman or man, taking that leap of faith can be very exciting. It can be very good. It can be very, you just see a different type of growth in you that you didn't even know you have. You didn't know that you had, and it makes you resilient. There are things that I've done and there's situations that I've gotten through on my own that I would not have thought that I would have been able to get through on my own. And I think because I know all of these things, I'm just like, that's where my courage comes from. And also I have a lot of support from my mom. My mom is very, very supportive. My sisters are very, very supportive. Like I feel like I have a good group of people around me, my in circle, and they're very encouraging. So I do also get courage from them. I do lean in from courage from them, and I do pray a lot. Like I know I haven't been posting about me going to church and stuff here on my channel, but I do pray a lot, and just ask God for that continued encouragement and that continued resilience to live somewhere outside of my safety net. So yeah, so that is basically what it is. That is where I'm gonna end this video. Those are all of the questions that I got, and I want to thank you guys so much for asking me these questions. I am so sorry it's not done in a get ready with me form, but I hope I did answer all of your questions, and let me know if y'all like these type of like little sit down videos. I had fun making this video, so maybe I will do something very, very similar. I'll probably reach out to people on my Instagram and ask them to ask me some questions and do something very similar, just to kind of have like girl chat type of Q&As. I think that that would be very cool. Let me know in the comments. And if you have any topics or anything that you'd like me to speak about here, just like simple like this, just sitting down and just chatting, definitely would love to do that. And I will talk to you guys in my next upload. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you so much for tuning in. And for my subbies that asked me questions, thank you guys so much for the support. Like, you guys are always supporting me, and I'm very, very grateful for that. Because you didn't have to. So with that being said, I will talk to you guys in my next upload. Thank you guys again so much for watching, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.